Today's lesson is going to be all about that bass. But before we get started with the lesson, I've got a question for you, and that is 2015 is fast upon us. What are your goals for this next year? Put them in the comments section below here. They can be about drums or anything in general. Let's start a conversation about it. Now, the other day I was driving, listening to the radio, and that song by Meghan Trainor came on. You know the one I'm talking about. The one that you hate, but at the same time can't bring yourself to change the radio station because it's just too catchy. Now, the song's real informative. We learn things like she can shake it, and she's got that boom boom, and she's got a mom who really cares about her and tells her that boys like a little bit more backside to hold. And then all this came together to get me thinking about pop music. And not just pop music, but modern rock music as well. Because that musical style really is all about that bass. Let me explain. When you're playing jazz, jazz is all about the ride cymbal. That's going to be your driving force within what you're playing, is the ride cymbal and that swing feel. To me, I view that style of music to be driven from the top down, and that if I've got a good swing feel on that ride cymbal, I really don't need anything else. On the flip side, we have modern pop and rock music. Now, even if you take away the ride cymbal or the hi-hat, that music, as long as you keep the kick drum and almost as equally the snare drum in there, you're still going to have a good feeling track. So to me, that style is built from the bottom up on the drums. It's all about that bass. The song also got me thinking that too often we get sidetracked. We think being all about that bass is being all about that speed, but that's just not always the case. So I want to show you a groove now that will help you in the end have speed, but in the meantime have control and clarity, because speed without control or clarity is just muddy mess. Now, I really love using this groove as a warm-up as well as using it as a cool-down sometimes. Once you learn it, you can use it for either. Now, the groove to me is great because we have 4 notes, then 2 notes, then 3 notes, and then 1 note on the kick drum. So we're just going to break this apart note by note, all right? Now, the first beat, we have 4 16th notes in the kick drum. We're going to play 2 and 4 on the snare drum for now, and later we'll change that just slightly. But 8 notes on the hi-hat, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And in the kick drum, we have 4 kick drum hits, so it's going to go 1 E and A. On beat 2, we of course have the snare drum on the downbeat, and then on the and of beat 2, it's going to go 2 E and A in the kick drum. So we had 4 kick drum hits in the first beat, 2 in the second beat, in the third beat, we have 3 16th notes. So now the third beat will go 3 E and A, still having 8 notes here on the hi-hat or the ride cymbal, whichever you choose to play it on. And I said we're going to play 2 and 4, and we are, but we're going to modify that just slightly on 4. So I'm going to play 1 hit with the kick drum, and that's going to be on the E. But in between that, I'm going to play snare hits. So it's going to go 4, E, and then the is empty. And now we just need to put it all together. I love playing this groove because it allows me not just to work on 4 hits with the kick drum, and not just 3 hits with the kick drum, and not just 2 and not just 1. I can work on them all in one groove. Used to, I'd run different exercises, but all right, now I need to work on 3 notes to a beat. Now I need to, and now you can do that all within one groove. So here's the full groove. So what's the purpose of this lesson? Is it that we need a bigger butt? No, did you even watch the lesson? It's that in order to have a good groove, we have to have a solid base to build that from. And in pop and modern rock music, that comes from the bottom up. It is literally all about that bass. Later this week, we've got Diddles and Beats coming on Monday. I'll actually be answering just one of your questions this week. And on Wednesday, for the Daily Beat, it's actually a special video that was shot 4 years ago, and it's my band in Quad Studios here in Nashville recording for Universal Records. If you haven't yet, jump over to the website, download the free program 30 Days to Better Doubles, or go over to Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter and find out what's happening there. All those links are below the video. Also, remember the new schedule for the YouTube channel for the new year is going to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. And as always, before I get out of here, I just want to remind you, jump over to the website, take a tour of the members area, and see just what all we've got to offer there. And if not, I'll see you here in the next video.